What are the top 5 hypercars ever made? What is a hypercar and how does it work? Hypercars can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 3.0 seconds, turn at rates more than 1 gradient, and reach peak speeds above 230 miles per hour. These aren't your typical everyday drives. These high-end automobiles, often part of a wealthy owner's museum quality automobile collection, are generally valued at over $1 million. Before anything else, are hypercars a wise financial investment? Depending on how realistic you want to be, you may be as basic or as detailed as you like with your response to this question. Hypercars indeed grow in value soon once the initial customer purchases them from the manufacturer. They also have a strong tendency to hold their worth over time, and if properly maintained, they will continue to appreciate for many years. Hey, and welcome back to our channel. We've produced a list of the top 5 hypercars that we believe no one could debate. Here we go. Number 1, 2020 Koenigsegg Regera, starting at $1,900,000. Koenigsegg, a Swedish supercar manufacturer that is always on the bleeding edge of high-performance technology, has shown why it deserves to have a position in the world of exotic automobiles. Taking hybrid technology to new performance heights is no simple task, but that's precisely what the Koenigsegg Regera is. Regera is Swedish for terrain, which means to rule, and they have been doing it since its debut in 2016. The Regera is the company's first hybrid vehicle. However, the Regera's hyper-capable hybrid motor isn't the only highlight of the car. Its interior is opulent and packed with high-end amenities that you wouldn't expect from a vehicle that is blazingly fast. Performance. The Koenigsegg Regera is equipped with unique powertrains available in any vehicle globally. A twin turbocharged 5.0-liter V8 engine positioned beneath the passenger compartment that works in conjunction with 3 electrician motors to provide a combined output of 550 horsepower. The overall production of the system is 1,500 horsepower. The Regera does not have a gearbox. Instead, it relies on a mechanism known as the Koenigsegg Direct Drive, which directs all of the power from the electric motors and gas-powered engines to the rear wheels. The Regera, like other Koenigsegg's, is nearly entirely composed of carbon fiber and Kevlar and weighs in around 3,500 pounds, giving it a fantastic weight-to-power ratio compared to its competitors. It can accelerate from 0 to 249 miles per hour in under 31.49 seconds, now the world record. Interior. With the Koenigsegg Regera, you get a vehicle that's both luxurious and ridiculously quick. These are minor concessions made in terms of creature comforts. This vehicle's inside is finished in sumptuous leather, and the seats are electrically adjustable. It also has an easy-to-use touchscreen infotainment system. The interior has been designed to be adequately separated from engine vibration. Regeras are also equipped with an innovative technology known as AutoSkin, which enables the doors, hood, and front trunk, or frunk, to open and shut themselves remotely by using the vehicle's hydraulic system. Lesser known but exciting facts about Koenigsegg. During the era in which the Ferraris and Lamborghinis were winning track races, Koenigsegg was a non-entity. In reality, it wasn't until August 1994 that Christian von Koenigsegg, then 22 years old, decided to pursue his passion and establish Koenigsegg Automobiles. 2 years later, a concept car known as the CC was released into the market. Finally, in 2002, the 655 horsepower CC8S was introduced as the first Koenigsegg ready for mass production. What is the idea behind Koenigsegg Regera's direct drive and his Tesla Model S? Christian von Koenigsegg had the concept for the direct drive. He was astounded by the reaction when he pressed the accelerator, so he calculated that replacing the transmission in a vehicle with a combustion engine with electric motors would have the same effect. With electric motors and direct drive, you can achieve insane acceleration and speed. Number 2. 2020 McLaren Senna, starting at $1 million. According to McLaren's engineers, it has been designed expressly to create new records on the track, who say that it is the most direct and responsive vehicle they have ever constructed. This hypercar, named after the legendary Brazilian Formula One driver Ayrton Senna, rips up the pavement at breakneck speeds and with laser-like concentration. Although the Senna's basic model is street legal, its rumbling engine tone and utter lack of baggage room make it evident that this beast is most at ease on a racetrack. The car's worth may rise over its $1 million starting price in the future, since its manufacturing quantities are very restricted. As a result, one might argue that the Senna provides more than just a wonderfully spectacular driving experience. It also represents a sound financial investment. Performance. The basic model is equipped with an all-wheel drive, powered by a twin-turbocharged 4.0-liter V8 engine that produces 789 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque. This engine has been tweaked to provide an extra 25 horsepower when used in the GTR. A 7-speed dual-clutch automatic gearbox driving to the rear wheels, the McLaren Senna is a high-performance car with impressive track times to back up its claims. In addition, the dampers of the vehicle are tuned to their most performance-oriented setting in this mode. Having brakes that are adequate to keep the car in check is essential, and the Senna is well equipped in this regard. When the tire noise, wind rush, and engine roar combine, the eardrums are subjected to a terrible sensation while in the car's cabin. Interior. The McLaren Senna offers seating for 2 people, a very fortunate passenger and an even more fortunate driver. It is equipped with dihedral doors that open forward and upward, revealing a roof piece when opened fully. Buyers may choose from 3 different cushioning thicknesses for the bucket seats in the automobile. There is a high shelf between the driver and the passenger. Toss aside your reusable shopping bags and your carry-on baggage for that weekend vacation, because the Senna does not have a trunk and there is no available cargo space. Interesting fact, it's named after someone important. Although McLaren is a British corporation, their newest supercar is named after a well-known Brazilian athlete. Ayrton Senna won the Formula One World Championship 3 times, in 1988, 1990, and 1991, before his life was cut short in a collision at the San Marino Grand Prix in 1994. Senna died as a result of the injuries incurred in the accident. Do you like the design of McLaren Senna? The McLaren Senna is not designed to be aesthetically pleasing. It is expected to compete on the track in the same manner as the great Senna himself. It's a track vehicle with a license plate on it. Most likely, very little to no work was expended in ensuring that the automobile looked fantastic. However, for an internal combustion engine to create 1,200 horsepower is quite an accomplishment. In terms of technical design, it is possibly one of the most beautiful designs ever made in the history of the world. Number 3, 2021 Bugatti Chiron, starting at $2,990,000. Designed as a successor to the iconic Veyron, the 2021 Chiron combines elements from both the brand's history and the performance of its predecessors. It melds them together to create an incredibly beautiful and competent machine. The Chiron's over $3 million price tag is in keeping with its extreme attitude. Yet even at that level of money, it's virtually a bargain in terms of performance. With a gigantic 16-cylinder engine that is a wonder of contemporary engineering, this hypercar can reach speeds up to 300 miles per hour and even faster than that. Aside from its time-bending capabilities, the Chiron is unlike anything else on the road, with the possible exception of a Veyron. And its inside is lined with high-quality materials befitting its high price tag. This beauty doesn't come with Apple CarPlay, or a semi-autonomous driving mode is a minor inconvenience. Performance. The 8.0-liter 16-cylinder engine that powers all Chiron versions are standard equipment. This machine monster generates a whopping 1,500 horsepower and 1,180 pound-feet of torque, which uses 4 turbochargers to achieve this feat. Bugatti says that the Chiron can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.3 seconds, and that it has a peak speed of 261 miles per hour. To satisfy your need for speed, you may upgrade to the Chiron Supersport 300 Plus, more potent than the base engine. This vehicle is powered by a somewhat more powerful version of the standard engine, which generates 1,578 horsepower in this configuration. A car with specifications comparable to the Chiron Supersport 300 Plus, piloted by factory test driver Andy Wallace, broke a new world speed record on the test track, reaching 304.773 miles per hour. Interior. Chiron's exterior has a C-shaped design Q carved into the sides of the vehicle, and this design Q can also be seen inside the car's interior. It may be seen in the beautiful partition curve that divides the driver from the passenger compartment. Bugatti has outfitted the Chiron's cabin with top-of-the-line material, and the interior has space-age stylistic elements that lend a whimsical air to the vehicle. The driver is greeted with a flat-bottom steering wheel, and Bugatti says that the shiny center console was crafted from a single piece of solid aluminum. When traveling with the Chiron, it's recommended to keep your belongings as light as possible. The trunk has a capacity of just 2 cubic feet for carrying stuff. Do you know that it has more radiators than your house? The KOENIGSEGG, like the Veyron, is equipped with a total of 10 radiators. There's nothing new here, but what is noteworthy is the enormous volume of water that is pushed through the cooling system daily. Approximately 37 liters of water are circulated through the high-temperature cooling loop every 3 seconds, comprising a primary radiator and 2 auxiliary radiators. Every minute, the coolant pump flows 800 liters of water through the engine, a significant amount of water. Is it worth buying a Bugatti Chiron? And how different would the Chiron drive from the Veyron? Yes, if you compare it to the Veyron, it seems to be even more intimidating. However, we have never felt the Veyron look quite so intimidating when it is driven. The Chiron's appearance, on the other hand, is ideally suited to its personality. Number 4. 2015 Ferrari LaFerrari. Estimated price $1,539,800. The Ferrari LaFerrari, or simply LaFerrari if you prefer, is the pinnacle of Ferrari's current road car program, a carbon fiber 2-seat hypercar that combines a 6.3-liter Ferrari V12 with a Curve-style battery pack, an electric motor to produce 950 brake horsepower, and 663 pound-feet of torque. The LaFerrari is the culmination of Ferrari's current road car program. As you would guess, it has the appearance of a spacecraft and the performance of the greatest Ferrari ever built, which in terms of usable horsepower, it certainly does. Exclusively 499 of these vehicles were manufactured, and they were only accessible to serious Ferrari collectors. They are now all sold out. This car is so unique that the firm chose to name it the definitive model, neatly putting the Italian company in a bizarre little semantic rut when calling its following vehicle. What is it like to drive? You'd think that putting on 1,000 horsepower would render the LaFerrari almost undrivable on the open road, but this is just not the case. The V12 engine's torque curve has been shifted to the right to maximize high rev horsepower, with the resultant hole in the torque curve being filled by the electric motor. That translates to rapid throttle response, razor-sharp reactions, and the most natural-feeling hybrid currently on the market today. It rides nicely, has good visibility out of the windows, and has a fantastic 7-speed F1 transmission. However, if you can find a somewhat vacant length of the road, the LaFerrari's acceleration will allow you to twist the weave of space-time. What is it like on the inside? The pads are custom-made for the driver, and you sit with your shoulders low and your legs high, much as you would in a racing vehicle. It is pretty comfy, and the eyesight is excellent. There's an entirely digital instrument cluster, swaths of Alcantara, and not much more to talk about. In terms of features, the only ones worth noting are the steering wheel, which holds the large red and rather tacky start button, as well as the Manatino dial, which enables you to choose how much of a hero or heroine you want to feel like on any particular voyage. Number 5, 2022 Aston Martin Valkyrie, starting at $3 million. However, while Aston Martin is a British luxury brand linked with extravagance, the company has never produced a hypercar. Aston Martin's first foray into the hypercar war comes with the introduction of the Valkyrie. This aerodynamic, performance-themed speed demon boasts the distinction of being the company's first entry in the hypercar wars. Aston's cars are typically distinguished by their exquisite, though relatively restrained design, but the Valkyrie forges a new route with its outrageously luxurious appearance. Such a vehicle would seem at ease on a futuristic racetrack or in the next Transformers film. Incredibly, the hybrid engine of the Valkyrie generates 1,160 horsepower. Pricing begins at $3 million, and manufacturing will be severely restricted because of the high demand. Performance. The Valkyrie's hybrid powertrain comprises a customarily aspirated 6.5-liter V12 engine and an electric motor. Power is sent to the rear wheels using a 7-speed automatic gearbox. The V12 engine produces 1,000 horsepower on its own, and the battery electric system, which Remit's an integral powertrain developed, adds an extra 160 horsepower to the total. A total of 1,160 horsepower and 663 pound-feet of torque are generated by the two power sources combined. However, the calibration of the V12 in Aston Martin's Valkyrie AMR Pro has been altered to increase the car's output. As a result, the AMR Pro has a lower curb weight than the road vehicle, and Aston says it can produce more downforce than its weight. Interior. The Aston Martin Valkyrie has a cockpit designed like a teardrop, and passengers are seated in a reclining posture with their feet raised. Similar to the sitting posture of current Formula One racing vehicles, this position is comfortable. 4-point harnesses are typical, and 6-point harness is available for individuals who want to spend a significant amount of time on the track. When it comes to upholstery, Aston provides a diverse selection of colors, patterns and finishes with a seat, and harnesses available in a choice of 6 vibrant colors. The steering wheel of the Valkyrie is removable to make entering and exiting the vehicle more convenient. Did you know that it's a feminist hypercar? On being questioned about the significance of the Valkyrie's unusual moniker, Aston Martin Chief Creative Officer Marek Reichman expressively referred to the feminine connotation associated with the name's inspiration. "This is about female empowerment," he said. "It's the highest honor in the world. Which hypercar would you like to purchase?" Hypercars are just literally supercars. And what can we say? They're more sophisticated versions of the identical old supercars. We already know that they have more speed and agility, that they are meant to push automotive performance to its absolute maximum or as close to it as possible. Let us know your thoughts about this video, and don't forget to like, share, and press the bell button for more videos from us in the future. See you next time!